Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyadi Paschata Deshatarine. Hare Krishna. So, welcome to our book distribution series of lectures. Today is the first one. Our duty to distribute Srila Prabhupada's books. So, as you know, there will be a series of lectures where we'll be discussing on topics of book distribution, and it will be conducted 7 to 8. Okay, so you're all welcome to join in. The first question comes, because we are going to discuss later on about how to do book distribution, what is the method, and what is the inspiration. So, but the first question comes is, why should we do it? Actually, this is our duty. This concept of duty is not very familiar with people nowadays. Nowadays, when we speak about duty, it's a concept which people find, not relatable in their life. Duty is something that we have to do. But what responsibilities have people taken in their lives? It's our duty, for example, to serve maybe country, parents, etc. But that idea, due to increase of sense gratification, people are not having this idea of duty. So when we are saying this is our duty to distribute books, many people will wonder why. Why is it my duty? I have my duties. I have my life. But now just consider this. Many of us came into ISKCON after reading Srila Prabhupada's books. Even if we did not read Srila Prabhupada's books, the person who brought us read Srila Prabhupada's books. Or after joining, or however way we came into ISKCON, then we managed to stay in ISKCON by reading Prabhupada's books. We become fixed, we become peaceful, we become convinced, and then we take up the mission. We are peacefully able to stay and serve in the mission. This is because of getting knowledge through the books, and through the books not only knowledge but detachment, realization, everything needed to become Krishna conscious is in Prabhupada's books. He mentioned that he used to read them himself. So now, speaking about Srila Prabhupada's books, that there are many mundane and pseudo-spiritual books on this planet. Mundane means material. People read a lot of material things. Pseudo-spiritual, that is something which people say is spiritual, but it's not spiritual. It's pseudo means it's showing as if this is something spiritual, this is something that is connected to God or a spiritual advancement, but it's not, due to not being based firmly on Shastra and principles of religion. So there are many books like that. And so when we present books of Srila Prabhupada, people say, I have so many books, this book and that book. Now, why should I buy this other book? So we should not think of Prabhupada's books like that. Prabhupada's books are, we have to use our intelligence and realization, which is limited. And then we have to explain what are Prabhupada's books, because they are not of this world. So I would say that Srila Prabhupada's books are like packets of mercy, parcels of Krishna's purifying and spiritualizing mercy. And how can we get access to Krishna's purification of Krishna's energy and spiritualizing energy? This is by reading the books. We can get access to Krishna through the books. So these are not books. They're not books. They're being presented like books. In some form, this knowledge had to enter into us, this purification. Now, Srila Prabhupada has written down the books, and in each word is Krishna. Prabhupada has mentioned that Krishna dictated this knowledge. So, he was personally dictated the knowledge by Krishna. Krishna has dictated the books to Prabhupada. He said it himself once to a reporter. So now these books contain Krishna's energy, mercy, which we can access by reading. Therefore, they're not books in the normal sense. When we say read the books, and people are thinking, I have to read books, I don't have that habit of reading books. No, we have to enter into Krishna's energy. We have to purify our heart. Prabhupada explains how Bhagavatam purifies. So now the topic is our duty of distributing the books. But first of all, we have to understand what are the books. These are the books, packets of mercy, and which we experience purification and powerful transformative energy in our life. Over so many years in ISKCON, I've heard people who explain what happened when they what they went through when they read these books. One of our youth here saying how his father read these books. He gave up drinking and smoking so suddenly and quickly, it was shocking. How can someone do that? Not only that, but he managed to stay purified, he stayed pure, and he's fired up to spread this knowledge. So just by reading, this is what can happen. We cannot imagine how people have no connection. Okay, this is India, but out of India, there are people who have no connection to Vedic culture, have no clue who is Krishna or what is Krishna, and they read the books and they become devotees of Krishna. We are too familiar seeing people from all over the world taking up Krishna consciousness, but it's not possible on a material platform. That we should understand. So, having gotten so much benefit from these books, it's our duty to help our fellow beings. What benefits did we get? For example, recently we went to Vrindavan. And when we reached Vrindavan, we were discussing, then I just mentioned this point that, you see, we are here because of Prabhupada. Who will know what's Vrindavan? Who will know what's Radhakund? And who will, even if we knew, how could we come there? Because Srila Prabhupada has set up an infrastructure where people can come into Vrindavan and can visit other places and can take prasad, can be in association of other devotees, senior devotees, people are guiding, taking care. He set up a whole infrastructure. So, we are taking benefit of that. If Srila Prabhupada had not interfered in our life through these books and come in like this, how could we have known about Vrindavan? How could we have come to Vrindavan? This is some of the mercy that we got from the books. But not only that, purification, attraction to Krishna. This is such a great commodity. It's so rare to get Krishna Bhakti in the whole of this universe. It says that Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavamati Kriyatam Yat Kuto Abhilabhyate. Then Tata Lolyam Himulyam Ekalam Janma Koti Sukriti Nan Labhyate. This means that Krishna Bhakti is such a rare thing. Janma Koti Sukriti Nan Labhyate. You may decide that let me do good deeds, good karma my whole life or many lives, but that you cannot get bhakti by doing good deeds or good karma. Charity, feeding the poor, etc. Bhakti is not in that realm, it's higher, it's spiritual. So, one can get bhakti through someone who has bhakti. Srila Prabhupada was like a spark that when he landed in America, you can say in the dry grass of America, he set a fire which caught fire and spread so far. How did all these people get bhakti in America? It's Srila Prabhupada. One person came, one spark came and lit this fire. So we have to try to understand who is Srila Prabhupada and what are these books. We'll not understand completely now. At this point, we'll not understand fully because we don't have realization what we got. It's like a beggar, poor person, not a beggar, let's say a crazy person, or a very young child who gets a lump of gold. He doesn't know what it is. What is it? He doesn't know. So we did not know what we got. It came by accident because of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement. In our life, these books came and transformed us. So now I'm saying we got so much benefit from the books, but we may also not see that. We may not understand that. How someone can become pious, someone can become peaceful, tolerant, religious, and bhakti. The highest point is that we get taste of Krishna bhakti. through the books, this came. Because Srila Prabhupada was a pure devotee and guided by Krishna, he wrote the books. We read the books, it came through the books. Transcendental spiritual books. So we got so much benefit. Why are we keeping it to ourselves? Here I am, I got this knowledge and my life has been turned around. I'm sure all of you also, a lot of you are here. You all got benefit. One other benefit we got is we got introduced to other Vaishnavas in this planet. How many Vaishnavas are there in this planet, in this universe? So somehow or other, we got access to Sadhu Sangha. We got access to Srimad Bhagavatam. We got access to the holy name through Srila Prabhupada's books. Because Prabhupada was not present when I came into this movement. So we got this benefit. Why are we keeping it to ourselves? This should be propagated. If I'm in a situation where people are sick, all around me people are sick, they're in Maya. They don't understand the value of human life. They don't understand where they are. They don't understand the goal of life. They don't understand anything about it. Nescience, they're in nescience. Ignorance, avidya. Why am I peacefully sleeping at night, going about my life, and people are dying and going to hell because of not knowing this? We have to take it up. This is our duty. Duty means kartavya. Or you can say dharma also. It's the dharma, it's the principle that the jiva must help his fellow beings. In the court of law, there's a kind of sin or crime committed of omission, not commission. Commission means you commit a crime. Omission means I saw a crime being done, I didn't do anything. I didn't try to stop it. So if I'm seeing that people are not having Krishna consciousness, they're suffering, they're in avidya, no one's telling them anything, I should tell them. I should do it. If I don't do it, I become guilty. Prabhupada explains in Bhagavad Gita, in chapter 13, in text 8 to 12, which describes knowledge. What is knowledge? Ahimsa. There's a whole list of amanitam, adambitam, ahimsa, shanti, raja. It gives a whole list of points which constitute knowledge. That if someone has these principles, then they are said to be knowledgeable. So one of them is ahimsa, non-violence. Now, many people misunderstand what is non-violence. What is non-violence? Non-violence is described as, Prabhupada explains, not sharing Krishna consciousness when you have it. Can you believe that? How we should not be guilty of this. That I have Krishna consciousness, I'm getting purified, I'm overcoming my anarthas, I'm going towards Goloka, and around me people are not having this knowledge. It is our duty to spread it. How will I spread it? I'm one person. So many people are suffering. How will I do it? By book distribution. By book distribution, I can stack up 100 books in the house where I am and daily give a book. And this way I touched 100 souls to begin their spiritual life. It's a very big event when someone gets Prabhupada's books. Their account has been opened. Srila Prabhupada said, if they touch the book, their account is opened. What does that mean? That a note has been made that this person is a devotee, and in the future, again, he'll get opportunity to come to bhakti to increase his sukriti. Because he came across the books, he touched the book. Oh, if he opens the book and reads one word, Prabhupada said his life has become successful. Because the seed of bhakti has been planted. How? Simply by him getting, reading one letter or one word in a Prabhupada's book. This is connected to Krishna. So simply by reading that, his account opened. This is the power of the books. So we are duty bound to spread this knowledge. We are duty bound. It's not option. Let me do it, or I don't want to, or I'm busy. It's the duty. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna writes what is Bhagavad Gita, he speaks on it. Okay, but then after that, he mentions immediately when he gives the conclusion of Gita, one who spreads this knowledge is dear to me. Immediately in the verse, the second verse after the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita, he mentions this point, that whoever spreading this is dear to me. Okay, so we got benefit of the mercy we have to spread it. There are many people in this world who are doing some kind of benefit to the humans, other humans. They're doing mundane welfare activity of, for example, spreading education, building houses for people, giving free food, medical aid, eye camps, etc. This is material help. It's not really help because it's helping the body. Body will die. You cannot stop someone's suffering on the material platform because you have to go to the root cause, which is the avidya, that consciousness has to be changed to spiritual, whereby he will not again do material activities which cause him to get a body, which cause him to suffer and suffer material sinful reactions. The actual benefit is spiritual elevation. Spiritually elevating someone means giving gyan. Srila Prabhupada says this in a quote directly. Giving gyan, we have to give gyan. Giving gyan means, in our context, giving Srila Prabhupada's books. The best welfare work is giving Srila Prabhupada's books to people or selling. With this body, mind, senses, the best thing I can do, highest thing I can do is propagate knowledge by which they can stop suffering. Otherwise, we are all engaged in so many things. This is for our benefit, for our preservation, our advancement. What are we doing for other people? Srila Prabhupada instituted book distribution not as an option. He said that I want that all of the members of this Krishna conscious movement become expert at distributing my books. So it's not an option. And as I said, that we got tremendous benefit from the books. We got it. Now let's spread it. I know some of us have taken Diksha. So when we take Diksha, what happens? We come into a Sampradaya. Srila Prabhupada has encapsulated the mercy of the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya in his books. Simply by reading the books, we are getting connection to all the previous acharyas. So, having come into this Sampradaya, we are getting the flow of mercy down the parampara. Can we imagine what a great thing these acharyas have done? That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who appeared some 538 years back, who purified the lands of Gauda Desh and what is now Bangladesh and some South India where he traveled. He purified these lands and gave knowledge, gave the holy name, people got liberation, but we were not there. We took birth now. But because of the parampara system and because the parampara acharyas followed everything properly, they managed to transmit the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu down the parampara to us. Now it has taken the form of the books. Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita in our movement, Nectar of Devotion. Mahaprabhu's mercy is in these books. Now we have come into this Sampradaya. Some have taken Diksha. Even if we have not taken Diksha, we have taken up the principles and accepted Srila Prabhupada as our Acharya and hope to take Diksha from someone representing Srila Prabhupada. So now that we have come into this parampara and are deriving mercy, because if we chant pranam mantras or if the Guru Parampara is on the altar and we are worshipping on the altar, we are getting their mercy also. So in this way we are getting mercy of Guru Parampara, Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So we have to serve the Parampara. In return, we are required to serve the Parampara. We have to do our duty, that we are getting some benefit, so we have to be indebted in gratitude. So the gratitude is that the message of the Parampara should be spread. It should be spread as far wide, whatever we can do, as far as we can do this spreading, that much we can do. Some can do within one city, within their family or within their workplace and their relatives. Some can liberate a country. Everyone has a different potency, but Krishna does not see what you've done, but what you have. Because someone also may do a lot, but he can do much more. Or someone may do He looks like he's doing very little, but he's doing everything in his capacity. So we are reminded of in Ram Leela, when Ram was in the pastime of building the bridge, and all the great Vanaras were taking huge blocks of stone. So it was, I think, a squirrel or a spider, which was trying also to build the bridge with little pebbles. So they told that personality, a squirrel or spider, that can move out of the way, you're disturbing our mission. Then Lord Ram said, no, he's doing what he can do, and I appreciate that. So you see, some people are giving many sets, Bhagavatam sets and huge book, but some people are giving maybe even small books, or some are giving Mahabig books. Actually, it's a very big thing, even if you get a small book, because I myself came to this movement by one small book. These are not small books also. I read Easy Journey to Other Planets, and it took me on a journey, which I ended up here. So that is not a small book. So anyway, the point here is, whatever we are doing, Krishna recognizes it. Even daily we're giving one book, or on the weekend we go and give some books, but we have to do what's in our capacity. We have to do it, and maybe a little more than that. So when we do that, then we are fulfilling our duty. It is our duty to distribute Srila Prabhupada's books. We got the benefit of the books. We got the benefit of Srila Prabhupada's ISKCON, his followers, his set up his system of purification preaching, that we took so much benefit. So we also have to do it. And according to Bhagavad Gita, one who doesn't do it, it's actually a form of violence. That you see, so I've got the medicine, people are dying around me, but I'm not giving it, I'm too lazy, I'm not wanting to do it. So this is actually, and it can, but if we start to distribute the books and spread this mercy, not only will they get benefit, but we will get so much more benefit. Krishna will be very pleased. As he says in Bhagavad Gita, one who spreads these teachings, he's talking about the teachings of yoga, this Samaya eva te adhya yoga prokta puratanaha. In chapter 4, Krishna says, Arjuna, now I'm speaking to you this yoga. And when this yoga, Prabhupada translates as the supreme science of the relation between the living entity and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That science of the relation between the Jeev and God, that is the yoga. So that yoga science is given in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. So one who spreads these teachings, that for this yoga system of linking to the Supreme Bhakti, is very dear to Krishna. Krishna says, Nachatasman Manisheshu Kaschin me priyakatama. There is no one more dear to me than he. Bhavishya cha me tasman anya priya taro bhuvi. Even in future, no one will be more dear to me than that person who is spreading this knowledge of the science of yoga, how the jiva can reconnect to Krishna. So that is duty bound, dharma. These are principles of sampradaya. Anyone who joins a sampradaya, they become a servant of the acharyas. Even the word servant is not proper. We should say slave. Slave doesn't get payment, and slave doesn't demand any benefit, any praise. We are eternally part of Krishna. And when we come into this sampradaya, then we are servant of the acharyas. So, being under the acharyas, we require to serve them. And what are the sampradaic principles? One is that we have to fully learn the knowledge in the sampradaya and pass it on to the next. Therefore, it's called sampradaya. Sampradaya means, sang means sangya, complete. Pradaya. Krishna prema pradayate. Pradaya means to give. So, sampradaya means to completely give the knowledge. That means I got the knowledge completely because of the previous acharyas, how they maintained the knowledge. They maintained it. And so I got the complete science of Krishna consciousness. In this generation, we got it because the previous generation did their duty. I have to do my duty, and I have to pass it to the next generation. And I have to not even within this generation, but other people. sampradaya, completely passing on the knowledge, not deviating, not missing out anything. Having taken Diksha especially, or aspiring for that, we have to understand, we are in that, we are bound by the Sampradayic principles. And we have to do this. These things were accepted previously as axiomatic rules in the Vedas. For example, we might have heard many times that one Acharya one Pandit is in a debate with another Pandit. And what happens when this Pandit defeats him and his philosophy? He completely takes Diksha and shelter from the other Pandit. Because this person, you can say defeated his philosophy, but he just managed to show that his philosophy is more complete and it's more thorough. So because of that, because of this principle, this Pandit, he took shelter of the other personality. So for us to follow the Sampradaya principles, it means the same thing, that we have to take the teachings and we have to pass them on to the next generation. This is our duty. So previously this was known, this was practiced, but nowadays it's not done. We have to teach it. Now we are saying here that we have to do our duty to pass this knowledge on. We are saying this. But previously it was understood, we have to do this. We got the knowledge, we have to pass it on. Or we are in a debate with someone and he showed that his philosophy is superior. So we take up his principles and we take shelter under them. So these are Sampradaya principles. How to serve the Parampara? How to serve the Sampradaya? As I said, you learn the knowledge, pass it on. Basically, we have to expand it. We have to expand it. We have to bring people to this movement to surrender in the Gaudiya Sampradaya. Why? Because this is the topmost path. By this path, we see that people are able to get purification, people get full knowledge of the science of God. So because of that, we have to spread it. Our role as personalities in this Sampradaya, that we have to expand it, okay? And we have to also contribute to it in the sense that, you see some acharyas, they will take books and teachings and comment on it and write purports on it. Okay, so that is, Prabhupada said, duty of sannyasis to do that. We have to do that. But even if we don't do that, at least we should take the knowledge and persuade people to take it and take up the principles. So this is Gaudiya Sampradaya, and the duty of the Gaudiyas is to spread the Sampradaya in this way. Now that may be very difficult. Previously people will do different things for preaching and spreading this knowledge. But at the present age, Prabhupada has said, he made a comment, he said, I have hatched this transcendental plan that we can spread the knowledge just by distributing these books, and at the same time we can be financially, ISKCON can be financially stable through distribution of books. So the temples, now they engage in book distribution, they do their duty, and the sadhus and the members of the Sampradaya, all of you take the knowledge and spread it, and at the same time, where the books, the source of the books like BBT and the temples, they get financial, they get the money. So the more we distribute books, the more money is able to come into the temples and maintain them and expand them. And not only that, but the books are going out and people are getting benefit. So in this way, your role, the role of people of giving dakshina is to sadhus, that is taken care of. And the role of the sadhus to spread the knowledge is taken care of. And temples are maintained. So by distributing books, all of this happens. The best way of doing our duty to the Sampradaya, to the Acharyas, is distributing books. The duty of the members of the Sampradaya is to distribute books, and books of Srila Prabhupada contain the knowledge of the whole parampara. And so we are giving people access to all this knowledge and all this wisdom and realization in his purports. Prabhupada used a word. He said that he has synthesized the teachings of the previous acharyas in his purports. That means that synthesis, you understand? Synthesis means bringing things together. Synthesize is not simply bringing together, but bringing things together completely and making something else which is superior and has the properties of all the things that were synthesized. So this is used in music, this word, synthesize, is used in music and audio. But the principle is this now, that Srila Prabhupada's writings, books and purports is the synthesis of all the previous acharyas, the benefit of their knowledge and their realization and their teachings. So can we imagine what we are doing when we do book distribution? What are we giving people? When we give someone nectar of devotion, nectar of instruction, they're connecting to Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami is from Goloka, he's Rupa Manjari. He is assisting Lalita Sakhi to serve Krishna. And he wrote this book, and this book we are distributing on the street. What is this great benediction we are giving to people? Or Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada said that this movement, our Krishna consciousness movement, is based on the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. And because of that, he used some words, it is natural, it is transcendental and perfect due to being based on the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. This is in the preface to the Bhagavad Gita. So this movement is based on Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita is spoken by Krishna. And Prabhupada said, our movement was when someone asked, when did you start this movement? Prabhupada said, well, I started it, you can say, in 1966. But actually this movement was started 5,000 years ago. What happened at that time? Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada is saying that our movement was started by Krishna. This is Krishna's movement. And Bhagavad Gita is the encapsulation of all the instructions and practices of our movement. Prabhupada in the purports and of course in the Sanskrit Krishna has given, this, our Krishna conscious movements, codes, ethics, teachings. So, Krishna is the head of this sampradaya. 5,000 years ago he started it, and when we read Bhagavad Gita, we are connecting to Krishna and we are directly in communion with Krishna, just in the same way Arjuna was. But now, if we take this Bhagavad Gita and give it to somebody, what a great thing we have done, because we have given them Krishna. Literally, if they read this book and follow it, they can come to Krishna. What is the better gift we can give to someone? If we do not do this, because we are in this movement, we are in the sampradaya that was started by Krishna 5,000 years ago, that is a vehicle for Krishna's passing on the mercy over this planet. This is the vehicle. Now we are members. Now if we ISKCON members are not going to do this, who will do it? You think people from Ramakrishna will come and do it? Or someone from Rotary Club? ISKCON devotees have to spread this knowledge. And spread is an understatement. Because as I said, this is Kali Yuga. You have no idea how people are suffering. People are committing suicide because the suffering is so great. And it's not physical. Physical suffering is one thing. But this mental agony, anxiety, which is brought about by the lower modes of nature, this is very, it's unbearable. So people are, giving up their lives. Now, if ISKCON devotees will not take this mercy, because people are looking for Krishna, in disconnection from Krishna, they are suffering. If we will not take this Bhagavad Gita and give it to people and spread it, then who is going to do it? And then what is the hope for the people? So this movement is a preaching movement. ISKCON is a preaching movement. The Krishna consciousness movement is a preaching movement, because it comes in a line of personalities in every generation who preach vigorously. Srinivasa Acharya, Shyamananda Pandit, Rasikananda, Narottam Das Thakur, Nityananda, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he ordered Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, who went back to Bengal to preach, because Mahaprabhu stayed in Puri. Suno suno Nityananda, suno Haridas, prati gare gare ghiya, koro e prakash, bolo Krishna, bhajo Krishna, koro Krishna shikha. He said, listen Nityananda and Haridas, go to every house and tell them, worship Krishna, speak about Krishna, and teach others about Krishna. So this is from the time of Mahaprabhu, and every generation, every member, they were engaged in propagating. Bhaktivinoda Thakur did huge preaching based in Navadvip, and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and our Srila Prabhupada, and now we are here. So we are in a preaching movement. This movement is not just that I'm going to advance, I'm going to read all of Bhagavatam and Gita, which we should do. This is a very good thing. But it's not like this, that we are going to simply our advancement and then my work and then my job and my things. But what about our duty to Sampradaya? What about our duty to Srila Prabhupada? What about our duty to the human beings of this planet who don't have what we have? So we have to take time out, and we are supposed to dedicate. Actually, we're meant to do it every second, every day. But at least in December, it's a point where people get experience and enter into it. It's not meant to stop even. So this is the duty. And as I said, that ISKCON is a preaching movement. We join the movement, we start chanting, we start reading, we attend satsang. Then what do? We take prasad, we chant, hear Bhagavad Gita, then go out and spread it. This was Prabhupada's aim. After we take it, we absorb it, we learn. Next is our duty. Now go and give other people. They don't have it. ISKCON devotees have to do it. To the extent that we do it, we get it. The more we give Krishna consciousness, the more we will get it. The people who advance very fast are these who are dedicated to spreading the mission. For Krishna says in Gita that Ya idam paramam guhyam mad bhakteshu vidhasyati bhakti mai param kritva mam evaishyasya sangshayah. One who spreads this knowledge, he says, bhakti mai param kritva, they will get bhakti. If I am spreading teachings of Bhagavad Gita, distributing, making, spending time and energy that people should get it around me to the extent I can do it, what is the result? Krishna says, bhakti mai param kritva, they will get bhakti. It's guaranteed. They will get. He says, mam evaishi asangshayah. Sangshaya means doubt. Krishna says, don't doubt it. These people who are working to spread Bhagavad Gita, to spread teachings of Bhagavatam, Gita, and science of Krishna consciousness, bhakti mai paramkritva mam evaishi asangshaya. They'll come to me without a doubt. Don't doubt it. All the preachers will come to me. So Prabhupada explains how preaching is like a backdoor entry to Vaikuntha. Okay, now this concept, try to understand. I don't know, here in India maybe it's not there, but in the Western countries, I know in Africa, and Prabhupada was in the West, you have a concept of the front door and the back door. Sometimes they lock the front door and then people will use the back door for entry because of security reasons. So now it's difficult to enter the front door. You have to ring the bell, knock and wait, but the back door you just walk, it's always open. There's no problem there. But no one will use the back door, only the family members or close members. Generally it's not etiquette to go. You have to ring the bell and wait for the person. So, to enter Vaikuntha is not easy. There's 7 walls, so many doors, dwarpalaks, and they're going to check. And to come out of the material world, you have to be pure. And then Lord Shiva checks if you're pure, only then you can cross to the Brahma Jyoti. There's a procedure. But someone who is preaching, Prabhupada said, for him, he can enter very easily to the back. It's like a shortcut to Vaikuntha. The anartha, everything disappears very fast. But not only that, but we get such a great taste for reading and chanting. Anyway, that's the subject of another lecture, effect of preaching. But what I'm saying is that when people join this movement, everyone is expected to spread it now. Just like in the past, everyone who took Diksha within the Sampradaya, they were engaged in preaching, propagating. Not just brahmacharis, sannyasis, everyone. In fact, those who are working and studying, they have a way of preaching this movement which is, they are mixing with the society. They have a very powerful way, which maybe we cannot do. Because they have contacts full of people on their phones. So they can easily access, dial up people. Do you have Gita? They can just phone every single person. Actually, that happened once, 2 years ago. In one ISKCON temple, someone simply phoned all the contacts and distributed some 3 figures, 200-300 sets. How? Just phone up everyone in the contact list. Ask them, do you have this? Do you have Gita? Do you have Bhagavatam? And then sold it like that from their house. So it's a duty. It is a duty. And if we don't do it, who will do it? We have to do it. And we may not know how to do it. I'm saying it's our duty. How to do it? This is what we're going to teach over the next few lessons. Now it's 7:44. We have 15 minutes. If anyone has any question, you can ask me. Up to that point, I'll just keep speaking and concluding. Okay, that here the point we are speaking about is that the Krishna consciousness movement consists of us. Who are the people? We are the movement. So we are required to preach. And if we don't do it, this movement will not expand. Prabhupada explained why is it that so many temples are lying. He said that. He made one comment. If we do not preach this movement, then our temples will simply become residents of bats and stray cats and dogs like that. So unfortunately, we see this in many temples in India. They were built, they were so grand, people are coming, but after some time no one comes and there are so many bats and dogs and cats are there. So if this movement is not spread through preaching, this is what will happen. We can't afford that because this is the only way out of this material world. At present, this is the only way for purification. So we should make a plan. We should make this plan. We may not have so much free time. Weekends, do weekends. Daily, you can at least say, I'm going to sell one book today. Sell it to your friend, sell it to your work colleague, sell it to your boss, sell it on the metro, sell it on the bus, on the road. One book. Or one book every 2 days. You can give 30 books. We'll discuss whole issues, how to do it. You can put status on your phone. We'll discuss all this. But now the thing is, it is our duty. It's our duty. We have to do it. I gave different reasons. It's not an option. Practically, it's not an option. We are in this movement. We contain the Jew. We contain the vaccine that will help everyone. We cannot decide not to give it. It becomes a crime. So we urge everyone, in this coming December, make a plan, sort out your life. I understand you're busy. I understand you have work, you have college, but a time will come maybe when you'll see, I could have done much more. This was not a big thing. I could have done it. So let us not think that. And so let us take it up. Let's make a plan. At least this December 1 to 31st, make the plan how you'll propagate the books. So as we mentioned, we phoned a lot of you up. We're going to give you some books and make the plan. If you have any doubt how to do it, you let us know. Okay? So if no one has any question, we can end it. Or if you have any question, you can ask. Yes, Kaushik. Correct. Okay, I'll repeat the question, okay, for benefit of others here, and also it's on YouTube. The question is that I mentioned that Mahaprabhu, he purified all of Bangladesh and Gaudadesh, and but now the situation is very different. So the question is that is it that the preaching was not effective, or they did something wrong? Well, first of all, we have to understand that if you study the Shastra, what is happening in Kali Yuga, this is not a surprise that dharma is being attacked. Okay, now another thing I want to tell you is this is not the first time this is happening. in the time of Kansa, when Krishna himself was about to be born, Brahmanas were practically by force. Kansa stopped people from doing yajna. And many had to flee the city. They could not live in the city. At least they are still there. I mean, that's what will happen maybe in Bangladesh. But the point here is that this happens a lot, even in the higher planets. Okay, so now when dangers come like this, people start to remember God. What is Krishna's plan? Because everything is under Krishna. What is Krishna's plan? We can't understand, but we should understand God is in control. He sanctioned this. Why did he do it? We cannot understand. So how to understand what's happening? Well, our duty is to propagate the mission and to do this. And I remember once a lecture, a sannyasi was speaking. He said that at that time, that was around mid-90s, that lecture was given. That was the time of the Yugoslavia war. Serbia, Croatia, there was a war. It was a perfectly modern European country. Suddenly it was in a war and people died and people were kidnapped and shot and they could not run away. There were massacres. We were reading in the news. I remember reading all this. So that time, that sannyasi was saying that, look, all of you are sitting peacefully in your house and chanting, but things can change in a second. This is material world. Any second they can change. We are born in Kali Yuga. Our karma is so bad. We are born now. And we are subject to suffering and punishment. In one way, it was mentioned that not only Bangladesh, but here in India and other countries, actually war is coming. In Ukraine, people are suffering. We are looking at Bangladesh. But this suffering is a symptom of Kali Yuga, which we could have stopped if we preached much more. Prabhupada explained, even the war can be stopped, could have stopped. But lack of devotees are not preaching. If they had preached, they could have changed the Vatavaran, the atmosphere would have been spiritual. Now, Bangladesh specifically, that, so what is the condition there now? Why is it Mahaprabhu preach? Sometimes, just like when Krishna is about to come, there was a lot of killing and suffering. Young children were killed who were born within 1 year. And also, Kansa, he is persecuting Brahmanas, Vaishnavas, as even Hiranyakashipu was doing that. So that happens just before the appearance of Krishna. Another thing to understand in Chaitanya Charitamrita, that there's one place where it says Nityananda Prabhu started the revolution and preached and delivered the whole universe. So then Prabhupada writes in the purport, but actually Nityananda Prabhu did not deliver the universe, because at that time he just preached in this place. So how is it that it's written like that? So then Prabhupada explained, this is because he will deliver the universe, that finally when this movement spreads all over the universe, everyone will be delivered. So when sometime this is written, it may not be at that time that it's happening. We say that everything was purified, everyone was purified. It could maybe be speaking of the future date when that will happen. So this could be answered in many ways. This is my realization, answer. Hare Krishna. Okay, so if there's no other question, we can stop now. And there'll be different talks. Someone else want to ask something? Oh, yes, Dev Prasad. Okay, this question is little outside of our discussion, but still we'll answer it because I'm sure people will get benefit. Okay, so. So let me try to understand your question. You said that if we take food cooked by non-devotees, we get contaminated, we get a sin. Okay, and yeah, that is true. Okay, then the second part of your question, what was that? If you said that if we okay, all right, I understand. Okay, so then the question is similarly, if we distribute Bhagavad Gita to someone and he doesn't respect it properly or follow proper etiquette, how a religious book should be treated, so do we get that sin? Now in Kali Yuga, you can imagine what is the level of people that preacher, generally speaking, has to absorb a lot of karma. Even from when he goes on the street, by looking in people's eyes, by speaking to them, by interacting with, we pick up karma. Preachers do that, generally speaking. And so it's recommended, Prabhupada said that every 2 years or 1 year, preachers should go to Mayapur, bathe in Ganga, dance in the Kirtan and get purified in the holy dham. He said that. Because we naturally will pick up contaminations. Now, if you're speaking about that if we sell Bhagavad Gita to someone and he mistreats it, we are acting on the order of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada told us to spread Bhagavad Gita, and Prabhupada's guru also. So I don't think that's a fact. We are acting under authority, just like Arjun acted under authority of Krishna and did whatever he did. So that's not a point. If we spread Bhagavad, because it's understood in Kali Yuga, people are suffering. This is their level. Then we go to, I was personally distributing books in Africa. And now, people say, I eat non-veg, I cannot. Now, in their question is not who ate non-veg, who did not eat. That's the life. And we'll go on Sunday. Sunday is the day they'll all cook meat. It's full in the house. And I won't say which meat they cook. So still we distribute Gita. And still people took those Gita in front of my eyes. They become devotees and gave up meat in front of my eyes. And they then awakened the bhakti. So your point that, do we get that? I doubt, I don't think so. It's not like that. We are acting under authority of acharyas, that we have to spread this knowledge, and this is Kali Yuga, and we are doing that. Even if there is little bit of some reaction that comes, we'll be protected, because we are taking shelter of Guru and Krishna, and in that whatever risk that comes, that is we are protected. That's the answer. Okay, so we'll stop here, and all of you, it's very good you came. So tomorrow and daily we'll have 7 to 8 classes. So please join and prepare ask your questions and prepare yourself for book distribution. Just remember, December 1 to 31, we must fix our mind. We are followers of Prabhupada. Prabhupada wanted this, and so we'll do it, and whatever required, we'll try to provide also. Okay, Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Book distribution ki jai. Hare Krishna.